Hi you all, today I'm going to be showing you how I do my foundation routine, and I've already prepped my face with my skincare. I wash my face with the Clean and Clear soap, the Morning Burst kind, and then I go in with my witch hazel that I like to store in the fridge, and then I just use the Mario Badescu spray, but I don't usually use a primer, and moisturizers have too much oil in them, so they tend to break me out, so I just use the Mario Badescu for my moisturizer. And then I like to go and take a really dark foundation and just mix it with the Cetaphil moisturizer, and it makes the perfect BB cream, and it does look fairly dark right now like this, but because it has moisturizer and I don't use a lot of it, whenever you go ahead and blend it out, it's gonna match pretty well. I'm gonna take this Real Technique sponge and just pounce it across my face, just like that. And as you can see, it begins to blend out in my face just because I don't use that much, and this is blended with the Cetaphil moisturizer that is purely white. So it's much like whenever you paint, you want to take a black more darker shade and then you just add white to it, and together it mixes in great, and then that's how I got my shade. And I really like this just because it's very, very light. It doesn't feel like you're wearing an entire foundation, but it still gives you some color if you wanna, if you're looking a little bit pale and you wanna give yourself that tan from that vacation you haven't yet gone on. So I just take that and blend it out into my face. And then I'm just going to put that under my eyes, on my nose, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. And that's just to highlight all the points of my face where I really want to be like just highlighted and emphasized. So I'm going to blend it out again with my beauty sponge. And the reason that I really like beauty sponges is because you don't have to have like 50 million makeup brushes. You just have to make sure that you're cleaning this, because bacteria after a while can get trapped in this. And I wouldn't say use one for more than 3 months, but they're great because you can use them to blend out your concealer, blend out your highlighter, blend out your foundation, contour, all of that. And these are only $4. I mean, you can buy the Beauty Blender brand one, but I mean, these were just as great. And then I'm going to take the Laura Mercier powder and I'm going to dump some out into the cap. And I have about that much. And all the places that I just put concealer on, I'm going to take the bottom of my beauty sponge and just tap that in under those places. And that's just because whenever you just put foundation on your face and you just put a liquid concealer on your face, and because of that, it could easily smudge and like not last all day. So by putting powder, not only will your makeup last for like the whole day, but also you will not have to worry about your makeup being oily or anything, because as you can see, it makes you look more matte. And I know I look very pale right now, but I do bronze on my face a lot, so that's okay. And then I just take my powder. It's 330 Toffee, and that sounds like it would be not my shade, but I use it as bronzer because you can see my face looks fairly light. So I'm gonna take my number 5 brush from Coastal Scents and just put anywhere that I did not put my highlighter, being primarily my cheekbones, my forehead, and a little bit on my chin, because not all the time, let's be real, not all the time does your foundation match your skin color all the time. But you want to make sure that it looks as natural as it could be. So I always make sure to get my ears and get my neck, because you never know, one day your makeup may look bad and then your face, it looks like you have a mask on because your face and your neck and your ears are not the same color. And then because it looks a little bit pale under my eyes, I'm going to take a little bit more and just go over my highlighter. You will still see that I added concealer, but it will not be as prominent as it was before, only because it's going to look better. So then after that, I'm going to take this Blush 2 palette, which has 10 shades in it, from Coastal Scents. And I'm going to take the shade, oh, they don't have shade numbers. Oops. Well, I'm going to go in with this pinky color right here. And then let's try some of this one right here. So, and I always kick off some product because you never know how much is going to get on there. And you don't want to look like a clown. That looks great. So now I'm just going to go in with the De-Slick Urban Decay setting spray. That's really, really good. And I'm going to spray my face with it. I spray my face. And as you can see, just by adding that on, my makeup looks a lot more blended. And it's like it's really melted in my skin at this point. And I'm taking just a little like cardboard just to like make sure that it's dried up. And then while it is still a little bit wet, I'm going to take my highlighter from my Carli Bybel palette. I'm going to go in with this like super gold shade wherever I want to be emphasized. So I'm going to put it right about here at the top of my cheekbones. And then a little bit over my eyebrow and my forehead. A little bit on my nose. I'm going to do that to the other side of my face as well. And then, just like that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of chapstick because my, so dry from Clinique. This is the High Impact Mascara from Clinique. It's just a sample size that I got, and I'm just gonna go under my eyelashes with this, going like right there. I don't have much under eyelashes, which kind of sucks, but I'm just gonna make my eyelashes look as long, as full as they could possibly be, just by running the brush against them gently though, and trying not to blink. And when I know I had to blink, I just let the brush go a little bit farther from my eye just because I don't want it to mess up. And the reason I spray my face before this step is not only because I really want my highlighter to be super prominent, and that really helps, but also because we're to put your mascara on and then the setting spray, it's of course gonna drip. And yeah, and I just wait a couple minutes now so that my mascara can set, and then I go in with the Ulta Illuminating setting spray. And this, the reason that I'm not using the same ones is because this one is called De-Slick, and it makes your face look more matte, and I like to use it just for my makeup to set in. But this one is a setting spray, but it will make your face look really illuminated and dewy, and I personally prefer the dewy look, but matte looks stay longer. And if you're wondering what the difference is, matte looks more dry and powdery, and then illuminating makes your face look more oily a little bit. It makes it look more natural, and to me it's super pretty. So I just go in with the De-Slick first, just so all my makeup is set in, just by doing that. And then I go in with this by Ulta, the setting spray. And I just take a piece of cardboard just because it makes your face, it makes it dry way faster, and the makeup just sets better to me by doing that. Take some chapstick. and that is my look. These looks I would probably wear to like a party, a school dance. It's not super like extravagant or formal, and that's mainly because I used a BB cream. BB creams are mostly used for like, a lot of them have sun protection in them, so a lot of people, whenever they want to go out into the sun but they still want to have some type of coverage and look super nice, they use a BB cream. But then others use foundation, and foundation is a little bit thicker. It covers more of like some of maybe acne prone skin, some places that you may have discoloration. So a lot of people use that, but because I would just probably wear this look besides the eyebrows to school, I don't really need to be that covered. So I just like to go in with my BB cream. But if you would want to wear this look to a more formal event, like a school dance, maybe a dinner, maybe a birthday party, you would just add a little bit of foundation instead of the BB cream. Something that is a little bit more high-end, meaning that it costs a little bit more. You can use the Too Faced Born This Way, and I think this could be purchased for about $38. But to me, it's well worth the money, and it's amazing. And then if you want to buy a drugstore foundation, drugstore tends to be about, let's say, $3 to at most like $15. So I like to use the Fit Me by Maybelline foundation in the color 310, and this was the first foundation that I used when I first started getting into makeup, and it's only about $6.99, $5.99, and it's amazing. So if you want to start with makeup and you want to find a really good foundation, but you don't want to go ahead and buy like something as expensive as this is a really good dupe for it. And both of these foundations are dewy foundations, so you will get a more natural look, but this foundation does come in a matte formula, and it ranges for the same price. So I think it's just as great. You could buy the Too Faced at Ulta, and then you could buy this at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, all those places. But at this point, I think my makeup is just about done, and this is the final result. All the products that I use will be down in the description. Like the video, and please comment down below any videos that you guys want to see. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you for watching.